So Blot was released this past update. So on the Dandy's World fandom page, this user made a post saying, this is how much Blot costs. They said, assuming you picked Poppy as your starter, I think this might be a list of the cheapest toons except for Blot. So Shrimpo is 100 Ichor, and we have a massive list of all the toons, and all of this equals to 14,500 Ichor minimum just to get Yatta. Then you add the 2,000 Ichor to buy Yatta for her mastery, and that is 16,500 Ichor. Then Blot is 3,000 Ichor, so that totals 19,500 Ichor. So Blot equals 19,500 Ichor just to buy, and it just raises the question of why this toon is so expensive when it doesn't offer much compared to, let's say, Sprout with very similar stats, if not worse, some would argue. This user says, why is Blot the most expensive toon out there? This user says, why is Blot so expensive to get? He's power crept by both Goob because of stealth and Pebble because of Pebble's bark ability. Dude, why do you need 17 toons in total, which is a lot of Ichor, plus 3,000 for Blot? It is true that Goob only costs 1,750 Ichor, Pebble costs 3,750 Ichor, plus of course the price of Toodles for the mastery quest. And then we have Blot, which has similar stats to both of these toons, but costs 19,500 Ichor? What? This user says, by the way, Blot is so expensive for being really mid. Another user on Discord says Blot is so expensive and have hard requirements. I don't think it's worth it. However, other users who play Dandy's World a lot says, I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't even realize how expensive Blot was because I've had 40,000 Ichor saved up for a bit. So some users don't even realize how expensive Blot is because they play Dandy's World a lot. But for newer players, it's definitely gonna put them off saving up for Blot when there are other toons that are drastically cheaper and have basically the same stats and probably even better abilities than Blot. So the question is, will Qwel continue to make toons that are really hard to acquire but don't bring a lot to the table in terms of stats and abilities, creating new toons so that players with lots of Ichor have something to spend their Ichor on, essentially creating an Ichor sink